Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Charles, cybersecurity engineer with over 9 years of experience in the field. For today's course, we are going to build a complete hospital management CI/CD pipeline and secure that pipeline using DevSecOps approach. We are going to start by identifying thread using Microsoft thread modeling tools and categorize the thread using STRIDE methodology. Then we move to the infrastructure concept. Introduction to continuous integration, continuous delivery, or continuous deployment, Azure repository, ACL, Kubernetes overview, Terraform, GitOps. After that, we will analyze vulnerability and mitigate the vulnerability using tools like Trivy, SonarQube, supply chain risk management, code signing, artifact verification. And after that phase, we will move to the module number 4, deployment testing. The last module will be hospital management, HIPAA, GSC compliance. I hope you are going to enjoy that course. Don't forget to subscribe and let's start. So to start, let's first download Microsoft Thread Modeling tool. Microsoft Thread Modeling 2016, it's okay. You come here, you download it here. I already have Microsoft Thread Modeling tool, so I won't download it anymore. So you download your Microsoft Thread Modeling tool. You have this interface, make sure it's SDLT and knowledge base. You create here, create a model here, and that's it. Your Microsoft Thread Modeling tool will help you to understand what type of vulnerabilities your system faces and mitigate the vulnerabilities using STRIDE methodology. For it, you need to understand the architecture as well as of the data flow. So you come to view, then instances, those are the instances we are going to use. Then let's put the elements here so you can change the name easily. Now come to general plus boundaries. We will create 3 different zones for our system. First, second, and the third zone. Okay. The first zone will be the internet zone. Internet zone. The second zone will be the Azure DevOps zone. AKS cluster zone. Now let's understand the different type of user. So for it, let's search for users. Let me first put it bigger. Okay. Let's look for human user. One. And we have 2 types of users. Developers are here. And here, those are the end user, people who are going to use the web application. And here, those are the people who are going to build the application. Let's start by developers. We change the name here. So developers, here you have assistants, doctor, and system admin. That's the system admin. There we have different dashboard. The difference will come from the identity and access management. They have different type of right to the application. So now let's understand the continuous integration and the continuous delivery part. For it, you need to have all the stencils we are going to use for the application and the data flow. So you have developers, they will write the code and push the code to Azure repository. So I will represent the Azure repository. And once the code is built, you get the artifact. The artifact will be sent to the ACR. The ACR is the Azure Container Registry. So let's look for the web service. The first web service will be your, let's say, Azure DevOps pipeline. Why pipeline? Because once you will create your Azure organization, you will have in the same dashboard the repository, pipeline, artifact. You will see that in the next session. But for now, developers write the code, they send the code to your repository, and in the repository, you build the code to your pipeline, and then you get a Docker image. This Docker image will be sent to your ACR, Azure Container Registry. This is the continuous integration, the full continuous integration. So now let's go to your ACR. We change the name here and we put ACR, web service. After that, you have the last zone. Let me put it bigger. In your AKS cluster, you basically have pods inside. Pods are elements in your Azure Kubernetes cluster, like web server, web app, and SQL. They need to communicate also. So for it, let's represent it with the web server first. You have the web server. After the web server, you have the web app, which is the application itself. And after the web application, we will have a SQL database. So inside your Kubernetes cluster, pod to pod will communicate using HTTP. You need to change it and put HTTPS. Why? Because we are building a web hospital management web app, and we have HIPAA requirement. So data in transit should be encrypted. So we will use HTTPS instead of HTTP. So here is the connection, the first connection. Web server, we'll use HTTPS, the web app, and the request and the response will be HTTPS also. So let's do something like this so we get more space. Yeah. This one looks better. Okay. Then the web app and the SQL database will communicate using TCP. But over your TCP, you should have the TLS. So this will be TLS over TCP. So the port will be 133. And then the request will be looks better. Okay, so you have your TLS on top of your TCP. Inside the pod, we have secure communication. We are HIPAA compliant. Now let's move to the connection. So developers, they push the code, like do this. They push the code from the IDE in their machine, or they put the push. So they push the code to Azure repository. So you have push here, and then when the code is in the repository, you build the code, you produce an artifact, which is a Docker image, and this Docker image will be sent to your ACA. So from here, you get this connection, this one to this one. Now let's change. This is the image push. Remember, here it was code, now it become an image. So we change it here, and we put the image. It's actually a Docker image. I'll just put image push. Developers send the code to your repository, and then the repository, in the repository, you build your code, you get the artifact. This artifact is a Docker image, and this Docker image will be sent to your ACA. Once your code is in your ACA, you have complete the continuous integration. Now, for the continuous delivery, you have many options. You can use GitHub approach, you can use Argo CD, or many others approach. In our case, we are going to use Argo CD approach. So now we need to connect our Azure DevOps zone to our AKS cluster zone. The connection will be simple. You do it. So, and here you have the image pool. So you pull your image pool. So image will be pulled to the web server. So to complete the CD part, the continuous deployment and continuous delivery, we will create a manifest file. This manifest file, you have the service file and the deployment file. The service file is how to reach the application, so protocols, network protocols, etc. And the deployment file will be information about the application, what to run. So for it, let's create the manifest file. You just do connection from. So this file will read from your Azure repository. Whenever you make any update, this update will be sent to your ATS, and then you will see the result online. So this is your, it goes like this. Let's see, do that. So this connection, it's very important. This is your continuous deployment. So, so So after that, our CD is completed. We have the continuous integration and the continuous delivery. Now let's go to the second type of user: assistant, doctors, and system admin. They will use internet to have access. We will add the web browser here. First, let's look for a browser client. You have this connection. Let me adjust it. Sorry. Put this one also here. One, two, and three. So Docker will use, I put use here, the browser, assistant as well. Browser. Okay. So they use the browser to access the web server. Actually, they don't access the ACL because this is their DevOps zone. They are not connected. They don't do anything with that zone. So this zone is the development side. So they put the generic connection here. This HTTPS. So So now we have built our complete threat modeling. For now, we can create a report and analyze the vulnerability and categorize our vulnerability using spread approach. Let's do it. Come here, report, create a full report, generate a report. I can say hospital hospital management report. So here is the report. As you can see, there is 66 vulnerabilities, and those vulnerabilities are categorized using STRIDE approach. STRIDE stands for spoofing, tampering, repudiation, information disclosure, denial of service, and elevation of privilege. Let's just check the first vulnerabilities. The first one is tampering here. You have the description here that a flow across the CD manifest may be tampered with by an attacker. You are spoofing, you have tampering, repudiation, information disclosure, denial of service, elevation of privilege, denial of service. Now we got a really nice report about the vulnerabilities in our system. It is not done yet. We need to mitigate those vulnerabilities. and reduce the attack surface. How to do that? See you in the next session.